What you're about to witness is a man who has watched the Nightmaretime episode titled, Hey Melissa. This video may contain content that some viewers may find disturbing, unsettling, or just kinda weird. Viewer discretion is advised. But I'm not your dad, so you can do whatever you want to. Especially like and subscribe.
When's the last time I saw Paul? Oh yeah, I remember. It was last night in my bed. He was looking up at me sweetly, licking my fingers clean with his scratchy little tongue.
I didn't want to know that.
Here's my ready and my reader.
I didn't need to hear that.
I see the seam in your skin suit. I know that underneath you're nothing but a mangy, slobbering dog.
Why did I watch this? I thought I was done. I thought I was done with Hatchetfield. But the comments said, hey, in order to fully appreciate this, you gotta watch this. But that's not the case. I could have been perfectly happy not watching it. How many of you have seen Tusk? 'Cause it's the same idea as Hey Melissa, except with less let to the imagination. It's horrifying. It's in my brain. I can't understand it. I would have been so much happier if I just didn't know about this thing. But now you must share in my pain too. So in order to find out where this nightmare fuel comes from, we need to find who is causing this nightmare fuel to be created in the first place. Who is the Melissa in Hey Melissa? I certainly don't remember them from any of the other musicals, so why is she here in Nightmaretime? Oh wait, go all the way back to the very start of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and blink and she'll miss it.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Melissa.
There. That one. It's her, officer. She's the one who did this to me. That's Melissa. And as such, this story takes place surrounding the cast of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, especially the office ensemble, such as Ted, Paul, Bill, also some Charlotte, and Emma to a certain degree. This Nightmaretime episode was more of a script read-through that happened during their Hatchetfield Halloween live stream that's like 8 hours long. It's there in like maybe the second hour is when it starts kicking off. But anyways, it's no costumes, there's no this, that, the other. There is the little intro sequence that they have with fan art, which is pretty cool. But the big thing that I'd like to talk about is mariahrosefaith being completely psychotic this entire performance. It scares me, and I think I have issues now because of it that I'm not going to get into. With the only new character being Freddy, which is sort of supposed to be described as Ted Part 2. And as such, the story begins to revolve around the whole workplace harassment thing, with Ted and Fred going ahead and being like, oh, Melissa, come here. And the only one who isn't like that is Paul, which is why Melissa ends up forming a crush on him. But he's already seeing Emma, but she'll still try her best, which she does. It isn't until Paul reveals that the worst thing he did back when he was 10 years old was that he stole someone's dog off the street because he thought it was lost. Then through selfish, childish means, because 10 years old, he kept it, but as a result, the dog ended up being hit by a car. And just like a Minecraft stan on Twitter, once this perfect image that Melissa had of Paul was tarnished, she said, enough is enough. It's time to kill this man.
That is disgusting. I can't believe you.
Sorry. You wanted me to tell you.
I had this image of you in my head, Paul, and you just fucking ruined it.
Melissa bolts up from the couch and storms out of the room. Where are you going?
I just can't even with you right now.
But not kill this man. Starts saying that he's a dog in a human suit, and as a result needs to remove his hands, because hands are for people and he's not a person, he needs paws. So she gets piano wire and...
Melissa starts wrapping the piano wire around Paul's fingers.
Oh, what's that for?
It's amazing. Sometimes your bark almost sounds like human words, but dogs can't talk. And dogs don't have fingers, do they? No, dogs have paws. They walk around on little beans, soft little puppy beans. So I'm going to remove these fingers that you stole, you naughty boy, and I'm going to give you back your beans.
Melissa starts to pull the piano wire taut.
Please, Melissa, don't do this!
Don't bark at me.
She starts pulling the wire back and forth in a sawing motion. It squeezes tight around Paul's finger, digging into his skin.
So the only way that Paul can think of stopping himself being turned into a dog is by pretending to be a cat. It hurts my brain so much because it's revealed that Ted is already being held here with his fingers shredded off already, and now it's up to the two of them to try and find a way to escape. However, it seems like the trauma that Ted's already gone through has really gotten to him, to the point where he will fully act like a dog even without being forced to. After several failed escape attempts due to tasers and fences and locked doors and lack of thumbs on Ted's part, Paul finally thinks he's got a chance when Melissa brings over some friends, maybe friends he can reason with, but no, they're just as mentally deranged as Melissa is. And meanwhile, Ted is being horny, as he always is, and believes that a special treat he's gonna get is something a bit more than he'd want it to be. And in a cult-like fashion, all the girls gather around him and start stabbing into him, Murder on Orient Express style.
The girls pull out knives from behind their backs. Slash, squish. They all take turns stabbing Ted's exposed stomach. Blades fly, blood spill. Ted's eyes pull back.
How is this a tree?
His body goes limp. He's dead.
All hope seems lost until Bill arrives, and Paul takes advantage of this new visitor to make a break for it out into the road, but then unfortunately, boom, gets hit by a car, just like the dog he had stole back when he was 10 years old. Melissa, so distraught, runs out and is like, oh no, oh my gosh, but then it reveals that Freddy, from the beginning, who was supposed to be Ted Part 2, was actually part of FBI.
Frederick Biggs, FBI.
You know, it's important, I promise. And they take Paul to safety. However, just like Ted, it seems the trauma that Paul has been through has taken a toll on him. He helps Melissa to escape from the FBI, and the episode ends with Paul still being a cat for Melissa in his bed.
Let me be a good cat. She reaches up and gently touches his face.
You are, Buzz. You are.
Paul lays his hand on her lap, and she slowly strokes his hair.
As much as I hated this experience was so well put together for what it was, just reading through a script over the live Zoom call. Very minimal preparation, but just pure, raw performances put in front of you to make me feel this amount of bad. Like, I feel bad after having experienced this, but that is just absolute huge praise to the actors, writers, etc. Oh man. But I'm never gonna be the same after this. I don't think I can go on like this. I need to fix this. I need to fix this. There's only one way I can fix this. I'm going back in time. I'm gonna stop myself from ever watching Hey Melissa. One way or the other. Alright, let's get things set up for watching Ben 10. I've got my watch, I've got Luigi. Alright, let's call Brandon. Stop! I'm you from the future! You're me from the future? How's the channel going? Actually, channel's going pretty well. We have like 50,000 subscribers. Ah, that's pretty neat. Yeah. But it comes to the price. You cannot watch Hey Melissa. What the hell is Hey Melissa? Don't do it. What do you mean? Why do we have a Cockney accent in the future?